Chanukah Sameach. Dreams are a major theme of this week's Parsha, and it's worth focusing on because this is actually the last time that we'll see dreams for a while. There are no dreams in Sefer Shemot or Sefer Vayikra, but Bereshit is full of them. And for a fun trivia question, you can think about who is the first person to dream in the book of Genesis in Sefer Bereshit. I'll leave you with that and turn our attention to Parashat Miketz. Maybe the most puzzling dream moment in the Parsha is when Yosef has his encounter with his brothers. They don't recognize him, but he knows exactly who they are. They bow down to him, and he asks them, "Where did you come from?" And he speaks to them harshly. And then in Pasuk Tet, it says, "Vayiskor Yosef et hachalamot asher chalam lahem," that Yosef remembered the dreams that he had dreamt for them or about them. Vayomer alehem, and he said to his brothers, "Meragli matem, you're spies. Lirot tzervat haaretz batem, and you've come to spy out the flaws in the land." And then, of course, they say, "We're not spies, we're good people," and the conversation goes from there. What did Yosef remember in that moment? What had he forgotten? Had he forgotten what his brothers did to him, and then he suddenly remembered it? It's a strange statement. Rashi says that Yosef was having a really intense personal moment at that time. He hadn't forgotten about his dreams, but maybe they weren't in his consciousness on a regular basis, and he suddenly realizes that they're coming true in this moment. Rashi says, "Asher chalam lahem," that he dreamed for them, alehem, that he dreamed about them, v'yada shenitkaimu sheharei hishtachavulu, and Yosef knows in that moment that those dreams are coming true because he sees his brothers bowing down to him. Ramban, on the other hand, takes the opposite perspective. He says Rashi is wrong because actually in this moment, what Yosef sees is that his dream has not come true because there's only 10 brothers bowing down to him. When the brothers come to get food from Egypt, their father says, "You cannot take Binyamin with you." And so he's not living the dream. He's not actually seeing all 11 brothers bowing down. And so he thinks that he needs to work in order to fulfill the dream. And so in Ramban's view, Yosef comes up with this subterfuge, comes up with this idea: you're spies, you have to bring your younger brother, Kedei sheyaviu gam Binyamin achiv, so that they'll also bring Binyamin, his brother, L'kayem hachalom, in order to fulfill the dream. In other words, Yosef realized the dream hadn't come true, and he decides he needs this ruse to get them to bring Binyamin so that he can bring the dream to fulfillment. He believed in the power of dreams, and he knew his dreams were prophetic, and he also believed that it was up to him to engineer things so that the dreams would be fulfilled. Rabbi Yitzchak Arama, in his book Akedat Yitzchak, written in the 1400s, sharply critiques this idea. He doesn't agree that it is Yosef's responsibility, or that Yosef should consider it his responsibility to bring about the fulfillment of this dream. First of all, ki ma to'elet lo b'shid kaimu. Who cares if the dream is fulfilled? The Akedat Yitzchak asks. Actually, Yosef already has a pretty good position in life. He's already in charge. Yosef had gotten so caught up in his dreams that he forgot to reassess the situation and think about whether this particular vision was actually still necessary. And secondly, the Akedat Yitzchak says, "V'hachalamot ha'oseh yigash pitronam." When it comes to dreams, the one who created the dreams is the one who brings forth the fulfillment of those. Since when are humans in the business of making sure a dream comes true exactly as it was presented? If we really believe that the dream came from God, we should be content to let God bring it to fruition. I think this argument brings up new ways of reading the Yosef story, different understandings of what he was trying to accomplish and why, and it also raises interesting issues around the question of human agency. It's a reminder to think about when we work to fulfill a vision exactly as we initially conceived of it, and when we might accept that things might not be exactly as we thought they are. A dream is something that's frozen in time, it's static, and life is dynamic. We need to work towards the best possible outcome and not be stuck in an old roadmap. Yosef's emunah, his trust in God, needs to transcend passive faith, and he needs to understand that he can't reverse engineer things to recreate the exact images from his dream all those years ago. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these ideas. I'm sorry that I'll miss you at Kiddush this week. I'll be away for Shabbat, but please reach out anytime if you have thoughts or questions or ideas. Shabbat Shalom.